You too. What's good? So I just wanted to get on here again just to let you all know, I guess, my story, a little backstory on me with struggling with obesity, still going through the struggles, and just the history of diets. This, unfortunately, is not foreign territory to me. I've been struggling with this, man, probably my whole life. I remember at 13 years old, I had to go on a diet to lose some weight. I think I lost around 15, 20 pounds or something like that. 13, man. And from there, and I didn't recognize even before then really how my weight was. But when I look at older pictures and whatnot, I was a little chubby. And it showed. In 13, my dad was like, hey, if you want to be, better at sports, because I was heavy into basketball then, so you got to be lean and mean. And he showed me what to do. And right then, I got introduced to the Atkins diet. The Atkins diet, man. And I didn't go over 20 carbs. It is crazy when I think about it, because I was 13 years old going on a diet, Atkins diet, low carb diet. I didn't really know what I was doing, but he was like, don't go over 20 carbs. And I did whole carbs. So I didn't do like the net carbs and anything. No, I did whole carbs, and I didn't go over 20, and I wound up losing weight. And so I was good for a while, and I got up to I was good for a while, stayed consistent, stayed relatively lean, all the way until I would say junior to my junior year, going to my senior year. I started using protein powders. And I wanted to gain a little bit more. I was around 195 at that time. I felt good, didn't have no issues with weight. It wasn't stopping me anything. 195 was good for my body because I couldn't go up and I couldn't go down. Pretty much. I was pretty much consistent. But I was like, man, in order to be competitive, I need to, gain a little, get a little heavier. So I got up to, after taking that protein, not knowing what the word I was doing, I wound up, I don't know if it was because of that, but I'm sure partly because of that, and because it's just too many calories, I was consuming. And I got up to around 215, and I was satisfied because it helped me with football, and that's why I wanted to gain the weight anyway, to be more competitive. And so I got up to that weight, was good, no issues, didn't really think that I was, too heavy, it wasn't conscious, like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm good. And I wound up gaining too much weight and getting all the way up. So my senior year, after football and everything, I wound up hurting my knee, tore my meniscus. And doing that led me to gain weight all the way up to around 223, right before my first, college. And I wound up gaining that weight and then losing that weight eventually doing, what was I doing? Well, pretty much I lost a good bit of that weight doing working out. I think I was doing either P90X or Insanity or something like that. And I did that for a little while and lost the weight. I got down to about 198. So I kept the weight off for a little while. And eventually, I wound up, picking it back up. I picked some weight back up. I got all the way up to, within the next couple years, I believe I got up to around 210, if not a little more than that. Yeah, got up there. And this was around the time, I would say it was around right before I started driving trucks. And in 2013, and I was a little heavier then. And once I got on that truck, me not being conscious of eating right, diets, watching what's going in my mouth and stuff like that, got up, but got heavy. And I was probably into, what was I in when I started driving? That was 2013. I easily had to be in the 215s, 220s. Excuse me. I was heavy. I was heavy. So after 2013, after I got out of the trucks, I stopped driving for a while, and I came back with my family. I started cutting down weight a little bit. Started cutting down weight, and I believe I was down to about 210 again. I didn't cut too. It wasn't that much weight that I lost, but I lost some, and I started working out a little bit more. And around 20, at the end of 2013, beginning of 2014, that's when I joined the service. And I was around. I remember when I joined the service, I was around 212. I believe. No. I was 217. Matter of fact, I was 217. I don't know how I jumped up from 210 right before, and I got up to 217. But the service got a way of knocking all that weight down, so I got I got all the way down to around. So going through basic training and AIT and all that stuff, I got all the way down to about 194. I believe 194 was my lowest weight at that time. Right after everything. Meaning right at the AIT, right before I went to my first duty station. So we were working out strong, working out heavy. I was. And then I don't know what happened, maybe because of, personal issues or personal things. It were 2015, I wound up getting all the way up to 235. That was the heaviest I have ever been in my whole life at that point. So I got up all the way there. And man, I think it was because a lot of personal things going on, relationship stuff. I got all the way up there. People talking about me. You know how this goes. You know how it goes. People saying stuff about you. And so I wound up going strong. Working out for about 8 months, and I had lost around 40 pounds. I got down to, I got all the way down to about 182. So I got all the way down to 182, and that was in 2016. And I didn't keep that weight off, but I kept majority of the weight. Like I stayed between, I got 182, and then in 2017, I got to around 195 or so, and I stayed there for a little while. Then in 2017, I got it. That's when I got married, and from there on, once I got married, there's been a slow incline in my weight every year, up until this year. Once I reached the highest weight that I have ever been. Over these past, I would say 5 years, or was it 5? Yeah, 5 years of being married, I gained weight, lost 5 or 6 different family members. Lost my father, father-in-law, grandmother, all within 3 months of each other. And I lost my auntie a few years ago, probably, what was that, 2018, I believe. And then my cousin last year. It's been crazy, and that didn't help any. I noticed that once I slowed down working out, and once I took my focus off of my personal self, and I started putting it more on my family, not blaming it on them. That was completely on me. I noticed that laziness soon crept in. And then I started blaming it on situations. And then now I want comfort food. And now, I'm just a victim of myself. I've been the one that's picking up the fork and doing that. And that's why I changed to this journey, because all through that time I've tried different diet regimens. I've tried low calorie, high calorie, or low calorie, low carb. I've tried that. I didn't did the keto, Atkins. I've done a good bit, and none of it hasn't stuck. It hasn't stuck. The last diet before carnivore, I had did keto, and with keto, I don't, not speaking bad on the people that do keto or keto itself. It just didn't work for me, because I guess because of the high restriction, or I felt as if I was restricted, and because I felt like I needed a lot of supplements to mitigate, the keto flu and all of that. It's crazy that I'm doing a carnivore with going lower carbs, and I haven't had any of those issues, like a mental fog or a flu or any type of sickness or anything. So it's been good. So that's been my story. For the past 5 years, I gained weight all the way up until 294, my highest weight ever. And that has been the most embarrassing. This has been, these past 5 years, man, have been hurtful. Really, I would say it really didn't start hitting me until last year, once I separated from the service. Well, I would say from 2020, it hit a little bit because of the relatives that I had that passed, my father and father-in-law. And then once it got to when I separated service last year, man, it just, that whole 2021, and then at the end of 2021 when I separated service, things have changed dramatically, man. I mean, it's been a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster, not just with weight. And I believe that weight gain and stuff and the obesity, I believe it starts in the mind. It's been a mind thing, really. It has been a mental battle this entire time. Gaining weight, losing weight, then gaining weight, then losing weight, then gaining weight, then losing weight. And I've had all these emotions and feelings of just low self-esteem, not wanting my wife to look at me, or people talking about me, and just it's hard to put into words. And I know the people that have been through this and the people that are going through this, I know exactly what I'm saying. You feel like you're less than. And if you're a man, I felt less than a man, because I'm like, man, I'm so big that I can't even defend my family. What if somebody does something? I can't even run after them. I can't do anything because I'm so big and I'm so heavy. And I'm still heavy now, but at least I'm working towards it, losing weight. But man, it has been a journey, man. It really has. And it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. Having, your son, you have a son, and you're supposed to be the example. And he can't even look to you to even help him with anything. Or I got so lazy to where, like, I didn't want to go on no bike rides, or want to go walking, or want to do anything, or want to work out with my wife, even though she kept asking every day. It seemed, hey, you want to go work out? You want to go to the gym? You want to go to the gym? And guess what my answer is? No. I didn't plan on going, or some excuse, man. And looking back on that, it hurts, because my wife wants to see me do better, or see that I'm down, or see that I'm going through something. And yet I keep shutting her out because of the stuff that I'm going through internally. Man, it hurts, man. It hurts. And being overweight, it hurts. And people don't understand that. And that's the big thing. It drives me up the wall when people, especially your family members, they act as if they act as if you do not, or me don't see that we're overweight. Like they want to point. That's the first thing that they point out. They see you. That's probably what hurt the most, man. That probably what hurt the most in this whole thing. Family members, people that you love, and people that you trust. That's the first thing they see your weight, and that's the first thing that they want to point out. Your weight. Hey, man, look like you've been eating good, or man, you done gained a little bit more weight since the last time I seen you, or whatever. It's like, man, I can look in the mirror and I see that I'm overweight, man. I don't need you all to point it out. Man, it because it's hard to you don't think, and so it's hard to react to people who say things like that. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Yeah, and act like everything is fine? No, it's not, and it's not cool. That's not. And I wish that people would put themselves in our shoes and see how we feel, because hey, fat lives matter too. For real. The real question is like, hey, what they should have asked is like, man, are you okay, or is everything all right? Like, ask how we are really doing, because we're not obese for just because. It's not that. It's always something more that's going on. It really is. Man, I wasn't trying to keep y'all here this long, but I really wanted you all to know kind of where I started my up and down roller coaster life, all the way up until what led me to being, a carnivore. And I got introduced to this lifestyle. I believe it was this year. I didn't know too much about carnivore, but I'm like, man, I've tried everything else, man. I have tried everything else. Let me just get us a shot. I've tried even the potato diet. I tried even that. And that helped a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I did it for 5 days straight. On that 6th day, my body just started shutting down. I started getting sick. I felt like I wanted to throw up. I was going through something. So I was like, nah, that ain't for me. So a couple weeks later, I was like, you know what? I'm trying this carnivore joint. I jumped on this train and I ain't got off since. Jumped on this bullet train and I haven't got off since. And I don't want to get off. I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to get off. I really don't, man. I've been feeling good. I'm losing weight. As you see, as you can tell, what I've been posting. And I want to keep it going, man. I really do. So I know this video is long and it's been probably all over the place, but I hope you see from this story that, hey, everybody goes through ups and downs. Everybody's going to go through something. And you're going through something now. But I'm telling you, look into this carnivore lifestyle, man. Look into some of the benefits. You look into some of the cons. See if it can fit your lifestyle. Man, just try it. Just try it a day or two. And see how your body feels. Get the information that you need. Me, I didn't do all that. I wasn't worried. I seen the results of what people were having. I've seen some of the pros and some of the cons, but I was like, I don't have time to go through everything. I'm just gonna jump right on in. And then I found out, hey, it's been beneficial so far. So if you got any questions or comments, man, just let me know. Put something down. And as always, stay blessed. Keep me in your prayers. And y'all have a good day.